Hello Australia, welcome to episode 714 of The Couch. We have got a big show today. We've got the Basilios coming in to perform for us live on the set. Later on, we're talking about Smile Kumba movement with Dave, Claire and Nisha. Talking music with Demelza. I bet you there's no ABBA music. What's on Perth with Belinda Cipriano. We'll find out all the events that are happening. We're also talking about the world of dark comedy with Tanya Knott. Stay tuned for that one. The event's coming up very soon. Dinner en blanc. I know my French isn't that good, but we'll be talking about that with Nisha as well. And Mamma Mia is opening at the Regal Theatre in the next couple of weeks. We've got some tickets to give away as well. Online, we've got a fantastic Fresh and Local with the cook of the day. His name is Chris Howard from The Humble Onion. It's a big couch. Hope you can stick around. 7:14 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello Australia, welcome all around Australia. Can I say hello to our friends in Sydney? Thank you to all those people in Sydney that due to lockdown they obviously only had us to watch. I know you're free now, so you've probably gone off and doing things, but congratulations to the people in Sydney. Also Melbourne, I believe they're out of the lockdown. Well done to them. I'm not too sure about Canberra, but keep them locked down for a while. The Canberra people, they need to be shut down a little bit. But anywhere around Australia, thank you for watching. Adelaide, Northern Territory, Alice Springs, Tasmania, and our good friends here in Perth where we make the show at Side TV. Thank you for watching us. Big show today. Nisha's got a very special guest to open the show today. His name is Dave Clare, and he's talking about something called the Kumba movement, Kumba Smile movement. So I'm going to be putting on a smile. Over to you, Nisha.
Thank you so much, Fred. Welcome to the couch, Dave.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here, actually, especially for this reason.
And you have a beautiful smile, I must say.
Thank you. Yes.
So this is a very purpose-driven movement,
Yes.
Smile Kumba. So how about start off telling us a bit about the movement and why you've gotten drawn to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Smile movement through Smile Kumba, it's a movement with a purpose. And we imagine a world where everybody has the ability and confidence to smile big. Like, can you imagine if it was everyone could have that ability and confidence in themselves? It was started by Dr. Adrian Catt and Sean Norman. I'm fortunate enough to be an ambassador of the organization. And they chose the name Smile Kumba because Kumba is from the Noongar language, which means big. So smile big. And it's the whole purpose of it was to create a more equitable and innovative dental system, because there's a lot of people who can't have access to the dental work that we can have done, and so they wanted to create something that would create this wonderful equitable and innovative system where people could get access to it, who deserve it, who need it the most.
Absolutely, because I think we appreciate dental care is not as accessible in all countries around the world, and there's huge impacts, aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely, and the actual impacts in terms of mental health, like the depression that people, the low confidence, self-esteem, there's social perception. You imagine the biases and judgment that we make of people when they don't have, the full set of teeth. And then there's also general health, and something I experienced a long time ago. Actually, I had a broken tooth, and I got really sick. So it was like septicemia. I think it was like blood poisoning through my broken tooth, and we don't understand how much all the disease and gum disease actually can spread through the body very quickly.
It's actually linked to heart disease as well.
Yeah, so heart disease, kidney disease. Yeah, it's quite amazing. So not only is it, obviously there's the image of it, but actually the health part of it is, and then the mental health part of it is really tough for people.
And it's challenging when the obstacle is maybe financial as opposed to us not having the technology to fix this, so to speak. So Smile Kumba, I understand, has a process in place to help combat that.
Yeah, absolutely. They've created this innovative, they've developed an innovative 3D printing model for dentures now, so that they can actually reduce the process from years to weeks to produce actually a full set of dentures for people. Fantastic. So it's quite powerful, and obviously then that can be done at a reduced cost, and then we can then serve more people through that.
Fantastic. And we've got there for disadvantaged Australians as well. So how do people apply? How do you qualify for this?
Yeah, you just need to go to the Smile Kumba website and you can go there and find out about it. They're obviously doing a lot of work. The actual work is free. And all the funds that are initially being raised right now through grants and donations are going towards providing this free service to people in need. People with social and economic disadvantages, and then you look at people who have limited access to dental care, and then there's some people who are rebuilding their lives. They've suffered through some trauma, and then there's the regional and remote communities that just don't even have access to the service. So you can go through the website and you can put your name forward through that. And then if you're interested in donating to it as well, that would be really powerful.
It's wonderful to see the science and technology interacting with the humans there.
Yeah.
Like we saw some great smiles and increasing confidence by some of the individuals in that video.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some. You go to the website. There's some testimonials there, and you just see the change in people's faces. And like for me, you asked me at the beginning, Nisha, like why was I involved?
Yeah.
And it was I'm a public speaker. I do a bunch of stuff, and I travel around the world, and I would always cover my mouth because I had really bad dental surgery done when I lived in New Guinea, and I used to hide my face, and then I got my teeth done now, and what I had to pay for them, those people wouldn't be able to afford to do that at all, or even have access to that.
And quickly, what difference did it make for you when you're speaking?
Unbelievable. Like I said, no different to me. I'm still a human being. The confidence, the self-esteem, it was just huge for me. My wife, she teases me now. She thinks I just like walk around like everywhere I go now.
It's good.
Yeah. And
Friend's got a nice smile too.
Yeah. But like, but if it had that impact on me, and with all the advantages that I have, like, how many other people are there who don't have access to that could we be helping?
Well, good on you, Dave, because I think that's so lovely that you're the ambassador. You're really, and you're putting, he wouldn't admit this live on television, so I'm going to for you, but do it for him. But rather, he also donates actively. So you can actively donate quarterly. You can make the difference to an individual's life.
Yeah.
So as you were saying earlier, what is the website that people can go to?
It is smilekumba.com.au.
Wonderful.
That's Kumba with a K.
Fantastic. Well, Dave, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, and I'm sure we'll have you back on the couch at some stage.
It was a privilege being here, and thanks, Fred.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, of course, if you've missed any of that, you can find the information on our Facebook page or thecouch.com.au. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha. Thank you to Dave. Dave, quick question for you. Why do you do it? I know you're a busy man. Why do we help? Why do we try and make the world a better place?
For
How
me,
important is it?
well, it's extremely important. The reason why I do it, there's a whole bunch of people who help me through different stages or parts of my life, and this is the best way I can honor the work that they did for me is doing what I can with what I have available to me.
I tell you what, folks, just quickly, Dave, I've had the bottom teeth, 6 of them replaced, and they're permanently fixed. It cost me about $8,000. So it's not a cheap exercise. I paid them off, so to speak.
Mine was like 3 times that.
Well, there you go. So this work that you're doing, amazing. Please go to the website. If you desperately need some help and you don't know where to go, check out their website. And, of course, you can go from there and you can get some more information. Keep up the great work, and especially during COVID, people need you more than ever. Thank you to Nisha as well.
Pleasure.
And we will have Dave Clare back on the show again in the new year. I think Sean, we wanted to have him here, but he couldn't be here because he was sick.
He couldn't make it today. Yeah.
But we will have him back again
You did
next year. Well done. I think as a substitute, he's very good.
Good ambassador.
Hey, how do you like your music? Do you like a bit of jazz? Well, we've got a fantastic, a couple of brothers. We knew them when they were only 14 years old, believe it or not. They were on the couch. Now they're around 30 years old, believe it or not. And I still look young. Let me just tell you that, in case you're wondering. Sway is the song by Dean Martin that they're going to sing for us. Please welcome them centre stage. Here they are, the Basilios.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sounds of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
Well done. Thank you very much, Basilio. Stick around. We want you back at the end of the show, and they will stick around. Promise, okay? Because we've already recorded it. But jokes aside, well done. Thank you very much to the boys. Look, Demelza, welcome to the show, can I just say? Talking music. They were only about 15 years old when I first met them. They're around 30 now. Isn't it amazing when you think of the show, and all of us have aged over the years. Of course, I haven't aged as much as you have, obviously, because I was only 12 when I first started. But doesn't it be amazing, all the work we've done in community TV and local TV, and we're still doing it, which is great.
Exactly. And the artists that are getting their start.
Opportunity, I think so.
There's definitely some big names that have come out of the couch. So.
I think so. I think it's been great. But you're great as well, and you've got some great news in music. I've got your little sheet here in front of me.
Yes.
And it's in big. I've made it big font because you're talking about the Aria nominations first.
So the Aria nominations have been announced, and there's some interesting names in there. Amy Shark and Genesis Osuwu is up for 6 nominations, so they lead the charge for Best Album, or Album of the Year rather, Best Artist and Best Live Act. Number 5, coming in with 5 nominations, was the Midnight Oil, who have done a collaboration that was released in 2020 with the First Nations collaborators. The Avalanches, Vance Joy, Tones and I, Masked Wolf and Budjerah as well are also up for 5 nominations. Winners are going to be streamed live on YouTube on November 24th. So a little bit different to what we've known.
What channel is it going to be on?
I'm not sure if they've actually got
10,
live broadcast. I think they've done if I'm not mistaken, there's a partnership with YouTube for this one, which is why it will be streamed live for it. So
fantastic. Now, remember last week we were talking, or a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Elton John and Lipa?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Dua Lipa, yeah.
Dua Lipa. I now know who she is.
She's been around for a while,
But do you know what? And I've been listening to the song, and it just goes off. I love it. Love it. And apparently he's done another one with Stevie Nicks.
Yes, he's done one with Stevie Nicks, and also to capitalise on that younger market, Young Thug and Nicki Minaj. So,
I think he's wonderful. He's in tune with what people want to see. And well done, Elton John. I think, he doesn't need to do it. And I think what he does, he not only promotes other talent and gives them a bit of a support thing, but the sound is amazing. And
that's the one thing I absolutely love about Elton John. Yes, don't get on his bad side because he will come for you, but if he thinks you're a good talent, he will support and get behind you in any way he possibly can.
I agree. Paul Kelly does that as well. He's got Paul Kelly Wine.
What's that all about? So it was announced earlier that he's releasing his Christmas Train album in November. So to coincide with this, he's teamed up with an Adelaide wine company called BK Wines to basically release a wine to pair with the
His
album.
music.
Yeah. So, and I believe also it pairs very nicely with Gravy, which a lot of people are very excited because he has reworked his very popular track, How to Make Gravy.
Which is a wonderful song, by the way.
Exactly.
We
So,
play it every
yeah.
Christmas on 6PR. It's a
lot
popular
of people,
song.
It's one of those, it's become an iconic Australian Christmas song.
Exactly. And I know every year, I say this without lying, every year there's someone that requests that song.
Yes.
Because we ask people, what music do you want? And they always say, can we have something Australian?
Yeah.
And he's always, Paul Kelly, and
How to Make
Gravy is the one that comes out all the time.
And I think also with this is he's reworked, he's done a huge collaboration with this particular album that's coming out, but then to also acknowledge an Adelaide winery as well, have it paired.
Yeah,
it's a limited
great.
edition with the vinyl. So you can check his website or you can also go to BK Wines for more information on how to get your hands on one
Sounds
of those.
fantastic. It's great to see people supporting each other
That's
and looking
exactly
after each other, especially during COVID. The gig guide, what have we
Yes.
got?
So we have the Jungle Giants.
Mm.
They will be performing in Perth at the Fremantle Arts Centre on the 25th of November. So you can grab your tickets from the Fremantle Arts Centre site or thejunglegiants.com.
Sounds good. Have you heard them yourself and seen them?
Yeah, they've been around for quite a few years. I remember when I was at Express, they were around.
Big band.
So yeah, so it's good to see that they're still doing what they do very well.
Well done. And it's local as well, which is great.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the top three for this week. And as always, I see one of my... Oh, Elton John's back there
He
again.
is on
But let's
there.
have a look at number 3.
There's a little bit of a change this week. Coming in at number 3, it is Ed Sheeran, down one spot
Bad
with
Habits.
Bad Habits.
Oh,
Heart.
the
Here's your
I
song,
mentioned.
Elton John and Dua Lipa with the Panau remix, and that
Cold
has gone
Heart, eh?
up to number 2, and still number 1.
Justin Bieber.
The Kid Laroi featuring Justin Bieber. I think this track, the Kid Laroi, will pick up Best Artist at the
Really?
Arias. I
Is
think
that
because of the success of the track. I could
This
be
is
wrong,
a
but
Demelza tip.
this is a Demelza tip. I think with the success on the billboards, the song itself, I think pop release, it'll also pick up Best Pop Release.
Fantastic.
I think Midnight Oil might take out Best Album though.
Oh, okay. Do you
So-
think ABBA might be mentioned?
No, they're not even in Best International Act,
Well, time's run out.
unfortunately.
Oh, thanks, Nisha. Sorry, Nisha. I nearly
convenient.
called you Nisha. That was just an accident. I wonder if Nisha likes doing music. ABBA, remember. They've just got their new song
Brand
out, by
new
the way.
song came out,
Just
yes.
a Notion.
Yes.
Now, I heard it. I played it on 6PR. Nobody liked it.
Oh.
And it was just weird because they brought that out in 74
Yes.
originally, but it was never released.
Right.
And now they've released it as part of their new Voyage.
But do you know what I think? I actually prefer that one as
like
opposed
it?
to the two
Just
newer
a
ones.
Notion.
Yeah.
Ha,
I don't
ha.
know. I felt it was maybe a little
Yeah,
bit
it's a
more
bit
modern,
dancey.
surprisingly,
Well,
as
do you know what?
opposed
Give
to
it
the
time.
others.
I find that every ABBA song with the fans, and there's millions
Yeah.
and millions of fans, they will sell and they'll still make money. And
Oh,
the whole
totally.
album comes out in a couple of weeks, I believe, within a
There
week
you
or
go.
two anyway.
Christmas present,
Look out
Christmas
for it.
stocking.
The Voyage.
There you go.
Demelza, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Hopefully you'll be on
Fred.
our last show for the year.
I will, yes.
Look forward to some ABBA news.
I'll do my best.
Demelza Leonard, don't forget, go to her website. There it is on screen, demelzaleonard.com. She can help you with social media issues as well. She's a wonderful person, very smart, very intelligent. Facebook, Twitter, anything you need to know about social media, she can help you get your business set up as well. We're going to take a break. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
See you in a few weeks.
More after the break. We're talking to Belinda Cipriano about what's on Perth. See you then. Welcome back to the couch. Nice to have your company all around Australia on Foxtel. Only 3 more shows after this one, folks. So don't forget, always go online on a Monday morning, Monday every week. You'll always catch the new episodes of The Couch online on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook. And you'll always get a couple of extra segments. And look out for those as well. We call them Couch Extras. But someone that is always extra is Belinda Cipriano. We haven't seen her for a while. She's been very busy.
I have been
and
very busy.
I love your pink jacket.
Oh, thank you.
You're always
do I
bright.
match the set? I feel like
You do.
I might
Where
match
are you,
the
Belinda?
set.
I can't
know.
see. There she is.
I know.
Welcome back. You've always got a plethora
My goodness.
of events, a
I know.
page full.
I was speaking to Rocky outside and he
Yeah.
asked me what was
I'm
going
sorry.
on. It was
like, my goodness, you don't even know what's going on in your own city. There's just so much available for us to do.
I love that you're covering the Camberang. How do you pronounce it?
I say Camberang Festival.
I thought it was Camberang.
Oh, you say Camberang? No, I believe it's Camberang Festival, and that is coming to the Midland Locale on October 30. And basically, it is a celebration of the Camberang season. Do you know much about Camberang?
Well, to me, it's like a brand new event that celebrates the rebirth.
Yes,
I know they
rebirth.
Believe in a lot of, I saw flowers in the
it's
the
flora
film.
and fauna.
Yes.
So it's all about that.
It's an indigenous or Aboriginal believing ceremonial type thing where you have music, food, arts.
Exactly,
but
yes.
they believe it's sort of like a birth of...
so that's what it is. So it's the 5th season in the Noongar seasons.
Yep. It's very important as well.
It is extremely important. I love that we're celebrating it, and I love that the Midland are celebrating this. This is a free event. Like you said, there'll be food, culture.
City of Swan.
So he'll be opening it up. He's opening up the park, which is called Wheat Park. And that is October 30, and it is a free event.
Yep.
And there's also going to be a performance by the WA Symphony Orchestra
Yes,
right at
they
the
are
end. That's
amazing.
closing the event, which is really lovely. I think if you're looking for a free event that celebrates our culture, our First Nations culture, definitely go along to that one and check that out.
Camberang Festival 2021,
Yep.
October 30th.
Yep.
Now, the Beer and Beef Festival, that sounds a bit more like our style.
This is, I do like beef, and
Oh,
I definitely enjoy the odd beer as well. So that's happening on the same weekend as the other festival, so 30th and 31st. And that's happening at the Burswood Parklands.
Oh, beautiful park.
Yeah. Now, there's going to be tastings, again, roving performances, rides, so like an amusement park set up out there.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
Is
Bring
it
your whole
free?
thing. Well, for children under 18, I don't think 16-year-olds are children, but anyone under 18, it is free.
That's not bad. You and I can get in for free.
We'll just get in. We'll just sneak in,
Yeah,
walk in, no
exactly.
problem. We
Yes.
don't look a day over 18.
No, not at all. These days, you can't question anything anyway. So if I say I'm 16, they're going to have to believe it.
I still get asked for ID, so that's good.
Oh, you're
that's
lucky.
good.
Mine, they ask for a pension card. Do you have a discount with your pension card? I said, what?
What are you talking about? How dare you?
I know.
But those over 18 need to pay $33.70.
What's it all about? Well, obviously, they've got beef and
Yeah,
beer,
so
celebrating those
They're
two.
doing all sorts of festivals these days. You know, so many festivals are being celebrated. The Gin Festival, this Beer and Beef Festival, the Pasta Festival. There's all sorts of festivals, but this one is
$33.70 for adults.
Yeah, those over
That's
18.
cheap.
Yeah, it is. So you take your whole family, go and enjoy the day. Like I said, there are amusement rides. Food, drinks, performances, all that sort of thing for that weekend. That is the 30th and 31st.
And you can get your tickets online.
Yep.
And just go to the beerandbeeffestival.com and you'll get it from OzTix,
Yep,
which is
that's the
fantastic
one.
as well.
Yep.
The Melbourne Cup, isn't it nice to have it back? And it's going to be at Benny's. Is that in Fremantle?
It is in
I haven't
Fremantle.
been there
It's
for ages.
Oh, see, there you go.
Because you live that side.
Yeah,
of the
I
river, don't you?
do live down that way, and I always tend to talk about the races out at Ascot. Now, I do always mention them, but I thought, why not do something a little bit different? I do like going out for a meal and a drink on Melbourne Cup Day. I didn't celebrate it last year. I think a lot of people did not celebrate it last year, but this year I'm heading down to Benny's. They've got reasonable packages available. The first one starts at $35. That includes a drink and substantial canapes. They go all the way up to $95, Fred.
It's not bad, but
$95, 2-course meal and all drinks included. So I think that
it's
is
good
damn
value.
good.
I know a lot of places are doing it cheaper this year because of the COVID situation.
Yep.
And I think it's wonderful that these
so do
events
I.
are coming back, and we can do it here in Perth.
We can. We're very
And
lucky.
we're lucky to be
with no
COVID-free.
restrictions, so that's good. So, and they've also got an after party, which I might be sticking around for. $10
party
cocktails,
that starts before?
at Benny's Yard. So that is happening down
On
there
the
in
Tuesday night, of
Fremantle.
course.
Yeah, November
That's only
2nd.
a week or so away, so that's
Can you believe it?
fantastic.
It
No, I
is.
can't, but
Neither
I think
can
it's
I.
going to be amazing, and I think it's good to see the Melbourne Cup in full flight again.
Yeah, I agree.
What's happening with the women of is that the 60s? Are we
the
going
women
back
of the
again
60s,
into our age?
So the women of the 60s, way before our era, Fred.
November
way before
4th
our
and
era.
6th. What's that all about?
So that is happening downstairs at the Madge.
Oh, I love Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, so it's the music of Shirley Bassey,
Petula
and it
Clark.
is Dionne Warwick and Petula Clark, and it is Gina Hogan, who
Yep.
is a local artist who will be down there performing. Now, tickets start at $47 and go all the way up to $71, and that includes a wine and
Yep.
a grazing board, which I
Now,
absolutely
apparently
love.
bookings are essential, folks.
Yeah.
You don't just go on a whim and say, oh, I'll get in.
Yeah.
Bookings are essential because
Most
it will be a
definitely.
busy night. You can get that again from their website. It's on screen at the
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely.
We'd love you to book your tickets. $47, go up to $71. That's a bargain to
I
go
think
out.
it's a bargain. If you get for the $71, you watch the entertainment. How beautiful is that venue, though? It's
I
just
love it.
gorgeous.
I love it.
think we are so very lucky to have venues like that available
We have
to
got
attend.
such beautiful. I've been there to see a bit of comedy.
Yep.
Lots of comedy
How
happens.
nice is it down
No,
there?
look,
It's
I love
gorgeous.
it, and I've had my little table with the little cheese platter
See?
and that.
Yeah, it's
Incredibly
just a nice night
In
out.
the
I think.
days when they used to invite the media to
I
these little
know, yeah,
junkets,
they-
if you're ever
yeah.
thinking about it, I am available.
Yep.
But no,
And I'm your
keep
date.
Keep up the good. And a little bit of wine will go a long way. You can have mine. The Happiness Gala, we can go to that as well. 'cause
We
everyone
certainly
must be happy.
can. So that one is happening on November 13. The Happiness Gala, which is raising awareness and funds for mental health and suicide prevention in men,
Which is a great cause.
excellent cause, very important. It's $235 at the Riverview at Optus Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Optus Stadium are doing amazing things out there.
They
obviously,
are.
they're
Isn't
killing
it good? It's not just football, sport.
No,
They're
it's
doing events,
so many,
concerts.
Yeah, so
Wonderful.
good. I've been to an event not as fancy as this, but it is lovely there. It really, really is. So I'm glad that they're holding it there. Tickets are $235.
It's not bad either for charity.
Three courses and premium beverage package, entertainment, auctions, raffles, all that sort of jazz.
Yep.
While raising money for a very important cause.
I
I
love
think.
the 3-course meal. You also
Yep.
get the premium beverage package
Yep.
while listening to an inspiring guest
Yeah.
speakers and, of course, live performances. And as you said, acoustic artists as well and DJs.
Yep.
Sounds like a good night.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think it's
plan.
an important one to support.
$225, was it?
$235.
$235. That's
Yep.
cheap.
Yeah. And
Because for
it's a-
charity, it
yeah.
all goes to charity, so it's
Yep.
fantastic.
Very much
Let's
so.
go to the Rockingham Beach, and apparently they're having a Rockingham Beach Cup.
So this has been happening for a little while. Again, raising money for charity. This one
Yep.
is for the Alzheimer's Research Foundation and the Palm Beach Rotary Community Foundation. So this has been going for a few years. It is a race. A horse race on the beach. There are others around the country, but this one
Really?
has been in Rockingham for
Real
a few
horses?
years. Real horses on the beach racing. Pretty incredible. Yeah, so tickets to get in are $9.
Yeah.
So you can go in as cheap as $9 and
That
they go
is
all the
cheap.
way up to $200 for a sit-down meal with all your drinks included and meals.
Yep.
I do believe they're holding a luau, which is including canapes and drinks as well, and that's a little bit of a cheaper option. But yeah, it's a 2-day event. There's going to be entertainment. You can go in, spend the day there, enjoy beautiful
Yep.
Rockingham Beach,
Oh, look,
Mark
it's beautiful.
McGowan's town.
Well, I'll tell you where he lives as well. You can probably go out the
Dear
front of his
Lord.
house. It's for the Alzheimer's Research
Research Foundation, which
WA,
again, very important.
and Palm Beach Rotary.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Now, there's something that's been rescheduled, the
Yes.
Perth Comedy Festival.
Yeah, so the Perth Comedy Festival Gala, which
Yep.
is happening at Freo Social and the Regal Theatre on November 19 and 20. So these guys were supposed to hold their event back in April, but of course we had that
They
shutdown.
reshoot, yeah.
So they had to move it forward to November. So that's happening. It's going to have seasoned performers and also fresh faces. I wonder if we'll get to see Sacha Baron Cohen or Rove McManus,
Well,
who
they
have been
live
popping
here
up all
now.
over the place. Yeah,
Apparently,
have
they
been.
conveniently live here now.
Yeah, and they
which is
do.
great.
They've been putting on performances at the
I
Comedy
think
Club
it's
there,
great.
and tickets are $35, and you can get that link
And we've
on
got
your
Ben
screen.
Elton as well, don't
Yes,
forget.
and of course Ben Elton.
What a wonderful lineup of people that live
Yeah.
here, especially joining us here
Yeah.
in WA. Look, thank you very much, Belinda. If people want more information or maybe they want to write to you, there's your
Yep,
website.
thank you.
BelindaCipriano.com.
That's the
Write
one.
to Belinda. We'd love to have your events on the show, and I've had lots of people write to us in the industry that say, oh, can we cover this, can we cover that? Write to us, please.
Yeah, and we'll look at it.
Hopefully you'll be on our last show
I
in
would
November.
love to be on the last show.
Belinda Cipriano, everybody. We'll be back with more of The Couch right after this. Thank
for
you.
having me.
Welcome back to the couch, everybody. Nice to have your company. We're going to talk movies now, and a great film festival that's happening every year. I haven't been able to go and watch these movies for a couple of years because of COVID and because I'm busy at the radio. But today we've got Tanya Knott in. She's in charge of this movie festival, and with her is our very own movie buff, Nisha Seth.
Thank you so much, Fred. Great pleasure to have you on, Tanya, particularly around the Dark Film Festival.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well done first, because it's in its fourth year, so it's obviously young, but it's doing well to keep going.
It is indeed, yeah. Dark Comedy Film Festival is a wonderful spin-off from Over the Fence Comedy Film Festival.
A very well-known one.
Yes, and that's been going for 25 years. And, of course, this one's 4 years now, but going very, very strong because we realise that there's a need for filmmakers to have somewhere to show darker films that are a little bit edgier.
Yeah, so when we hear about dark films for our audience, what is your sort of definition on what constitutes a darker film or dark comedy perhaps?
Well, we always say that dark comedy is really looking at subject matter that's usually considered off limits. So, and if you can get an audience to laugh at it, you'll get them to start to look at it in a different way, so in a different light. And quite often people are surprised by what they actually find funny with some of these films, especially if they're little sensitive topics, not over the top, but certainly enough to get people out of their comfort zones a bit.
And in your experience with the festival, I know I've seen some of the collateral on people's faces. What have the responses been? Have they varied?
It's not so much the subject matter, it's actually how people are responding to it and how they find themselves responding to it. You know, I myself have looked at something and gone, well, I'm laughing. Why am I finding that funny? You know, it's
a bit indicative of what's happening on the inside. In all seriousness, though, with everything happening in the world at the moment, how important do you think dark comedy is? What does it let us do?
Very much so, very important, because people are becoming very, very sensitive, and there's a lot of political correctness around, and freedom of speech is such an interesting thing where people are probably a little shy to speak out about things that might offend people or they think will offend people. But comedy is that thing that, as Billy Connolly himself said, you know, it will release you from the terror. So if there's something that bothers you, talking about it, looking at another side of it, sometimes can actually be freedom from it.
And there's science to this psychologically, right? Processing, getting it out, and it's a safe space.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. And then you also realise that something that you didn't think was a safe space actually is.
Yeah, a sense of belonging. Everyone's laughing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So tell us a bit about the festival. How many films are there? How do you get there?
Okay, we've got 14 films. They're short films, so they'd range from a few minutes each to up to about 15 minutes. We split it into 2 lots over 2 hours, and we actually have 2 sections, so people watch the first lot of films and then they will be able to go and vote on the films. You're just seeing one at the moment. The one that you're seeing,
like that one.
The animation's from New Zealand. A couple of minutes, but says a lot. Yes, the cake looks great. Do you love the candle? So that's from the Crew Party. That's an Australian film. We've actually got 4 Australian films in there. A lot of other films from all over the world.
So cross-cultural element, and obviously there's difference in humour there, but there's a shared human experience, right? Which is the synergy. Yeah.
Yes.
And making people away from home feeling more at home?
Absolutely, yeah, because you don't know who's in the audience. And we've had people from, so I've had a lady from France, and then we had a French film, and it was subtitled, and we thought we caught a lot of the humour in it. And she was laughing so much, and she said, you just don't understand. She said, there's just so much more. If you understand politics, what's going on in France, you get so much more out of it. It was her favourite film. Some of it I kind of went, I don't know if I quite got that, but she did.
It can reverse educate you then. That's fascinating.
Absolutely, yes. And
beautiful.
That's what we like, people debating about the films, which is why we get them to vote on them.
So a lot of benefits for the audience, cross-culturally very, very good for society at the moment.
Yeah.
What about the filmmakers? What would you say for a budding filmmaker or an experienced one that wants to get involved?
Well, because a lot of these filmmakers are independent, so they're looking for avenues to show their films, and sometimes films will sit for years, you know, and just sit on the shelf, and they don't know where they can show them, especially if it's dark comedy. So if they're pushing the boundaries, there may be places that they can't show it because of ratings, because of what's happening, but we give them that access, and they're really, really excited that they've actually got somewhere where they can start showing their stuff.
Fantastic.
And say what they want to say. Yeah.
That's good. And if people don't get in the first round, what would you say to them?
Definitely, we've held on to films. Sometimes for whatever reason, it might be time constraints, whatever, the film hasn't been able to go in, but that's not to say that we might hang on to it and show it in the next year, the following year. So.
And you provide feedback too, so
Yeah,
there's no reason not to enter, I guess.
Absolutely not. And we invite anyone, whether they're students who are just putting films out for the first time or the more seasoned. You know, we've had some pretty good productions with very well-known actors. And we also encourage WA films especially to get involved and definitely have a crack at it, because you don't know. You never know what's going to get selected. We don't know what's going to get selected.
It's exciting. And just before we go, can you quickly tell us your purpose of being involved? What burn does it give you to be involved?
I've always had a passion for film, and I always had a knack for picking out endings of films. As a kid, used to annoy everyone. But I've just always had a passion for it, and this is just such a perfect thing that I can actually help select films. We're actually not for profit, so we don't take anything for this, and we do it because we love doing it. We want to see it thrive. We want to see filmmaking continue, especially these times. And it's just wonderful to be able to provide that service to filmmakers. And I've actually asked filmmakers, what does it do for you? And they say, Tanya, I can get extra projects off this. If you're showing us around Australia, people are voting on us, it just gives us that laurel to show that we're on the right track and we can keep going.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Now, where do you find out more? So if we want to either go or we want to enter, where's the website?
Okay, so we've got a Facebook site. So if you want to get yourself some tickets, we've got a screening coming up at the Backlocked in Perth, a wonderful little studio, and it's in November 4th, 5th, 6th. We've got 2 screenings on the 6th, and you just go into our Facebook site, which is A World of Dark Comedy, or you go on the website, which is darkcomedy.com.au.
Wonderful. Tanya, I'm looking forward to attending. Very exciting. And we'll look forward to having you on the couch again very soon.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thanks, it's been fun.
And if you've missed any of that, obviously you go to their website, but you can also see everything on our Facebook page as well, The Couch. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha, and thank you to Tanya for coming in. Tanya, just one very quick question. The movies, are they from all around the world, aren't they?
They are, yes.
Just to let people know. So you've got some amazing people all around the world.
Amazing.
And these are really good movies, and sometimes you just need a good laugh as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming in, and good luck with the movies. I do hope to go down and watch some myself. We are going to give away some tickets to a couple of the screening nights, so we'll do that on our Facebook page. So look out for it, okay? All right, the Basilios are back, and they're singing another fantastic as well song. It's called The Girl from am I pronouncing it right? Ipanema? I think I got that right.
Yeah, well done, Fred.
The Girl from
Awesome.
Ipanema. Here they are, centre stage.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes a-walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that sways so cool and swings so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes, oh. But I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes a-walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see. doesn't see.
Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça. E ela, menina, que vem que passa, num doce balanço a caminho do mar. Moça do corpo dourado, do sol de Ipanema, o seu balançado parece um poema. Que coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar.
Oh, but I watch her so sadly.
Ah, porque tudo é tão triste.
Yes, I would give my heart gladly.
But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me.
Tall, tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes a-walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see. Doesn't see. Oh, but I watch her so sadly.
Ah, porque tudo é tão triste.
Yes, I would give my heart gladly.
But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me.
Tall, tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes a-walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see.
Por causa do amor,
She just doesn't see.
nem olha pra mim.
Thank you very much to the Basilios. Well done. You can go now, guys. You've done your bit, and hopefully we'll have them back before the end of the year if we can. Wonderful brothers, and of course the saxophone, and is it saxophonist, I think we call it, and the electric guitar. Wonderful band, the Basilios. Look out for them. Please support them. Time now to support somebody else doing something lovely. Now, my French isn't all that good, but I'm going to try it again. It is called Dîner en Blanc. See, I'm a little bit French. And Nisha's talking to Caroline. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Fred. And I'm very excited to have Caroline James back on the couch. Welcome.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you for having me once again. Pleasure to be here.
You run amazing events, being a very well-known Perth events, and also around Australia, I believe, as well. We've got Le Dîner en Blanc. Hopefully I pronounced that right as well.
Perfect.
We spoke to you about it last year, very successful event. Talk to us about what it looks like this year.
Great, thanks Nisha. So Dîner en Blanc, it's a global phenomenon. It's taking place on the 6th of November this year, once again going into its 6th year actually for here in Perth. It's all about an air of mystery. So we're expecting over 2,000 guests to descend upon a secret location, all dressed in white for a pop-up picnic under the stars for a night of food, wine, dancing and great entertainment.
Wonderful. And from previous years, I know one location, that obviously because it's a mystery location this year, so we won't find out before, but was Optus Stadium, is that right?
That's correct. Last year we were on the pitch on Optus Stadium, which was something quite amazing, a really beautiful experience for all attending. So over 2,000 guests that we had there last year at Optus on the pitch. Previously we've had Dîner en Blanc at Crown Parklands, Yagan Square, the Esplanade and Fremantle, and Elizabeth Quay. So this year's secret location is yet to delight all of our guests, and they only find out at the very last minute where they're actually going for dinner that
so
night.
for those who haven't been to the event, tell us what the process of registration looks like. 'Cause it is very specific.
It is indeed. So Dinner en Blanc actually started in Paris over 30 years ago and is headed up by Dinner en Blanc International based in Montreal. And there are a lot of rules and regulations, and the invitation process is over 3 phases. Phase 1, 2 and 3. Guests can purchase a ticket for themselves and a guest, and that gets them entry into the event and their transport. And then once they have their tickets, they bring their own furniture packages or own furniture, table and chairs. They can bring their own picnic, or they can pre-order one online with our catering partner Hayter and Cheers, collect at the venue, and then they can choose from a beautiful range of French champagne and West Australian wines to enjoy on the evening, then collect there at the event.
Beautiful. And look, I probably know the answer to this from previous years, but I'm sure if anyone hasn't been there thinking, how do you keep that location secret?
Well, that's been the challenge for the past 5 years. So far, we've
how do you get invited? Like, how do you meet somewhere, or what's the?
That's it. So once you have bought your ticket, you select a departure point. So we have 15 departure points around the Perth metro area. So from up to Stirling Station down to Fremantle Station, Murdoch, Main Street Jetty, and there our guests will meet in groups of around 200, and they then follow their group leader, which is one of our event volunteers, and they will be then led to the secret location, so nobody actually finds out until literally the very last minute, and they arrive, and then we set up everyone's tables and chairs and have a beautiful
It's only
night.
you and a few have this secret in your mind.
It is indeed.
Oh, wow.
It is.
And it's safe. I like that, because at least all the transport's taken care of, given that there's alcohol and so forth at the event. So
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
quite
We take
unique.
care of all of that, and so there's a lot of logistics and planning behind the scenes that go on to make a really beautiful night for all of our guests.
And what's some of the feedback you've got from previous years?
Well, one person said last year it was better than their wedding day, but so, no, I think
Have your wedding at the event.
we had a proposal last year. So yes, it is. It's quite.
Take all your lovers there.
That's it. It's something. There's something quite special about Dinner en Blanc, and I think one of the beautiful things is it really brings together a sense of community, because you can't book 20, 30 tickets for a whole group of your friends. You can go in small groups, and then you end up sitting side by side next to someone you've never met before, and people come back year on year, and they say they just love meeting up with the friends that they made at Dinner en Blanc, and it's really become one of those beautiful community events, and different ages from girls in their sort of early 20s up to those in their over 80s. So all people from around our community just love coming together for a night of celebration, fun, and a good time.
An amazing event. I've heard amazing things about it. So well done. Any other, I guess, important considerations for anyone looking to buy a ticket?
I suppose the main thing is that we do close for sale next Friday. So I urge anyone to jump online now at perth.dinnerenblanc.com to purchase tickets. Tickets are $62 plus a $15 booking fee that goes to Dinner en Blanc International. So it's quite accessible ticket prices, but we are closing sales very soon. So jump online and secure your spot at Perth's secret pop-up dinner.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming back on the show, Caroline. It's always a pleasure to have you, and we're sure you're going to be back on very soon with one of your many events that you cover.
Thank you so much for having me, Nisha and Fred. It's always such a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. Now, if you've missed any of that, you can obviously find more information on our Couch website or our Facebook page, or the website there that Natalie's already read out earlier. My apologies. I just said Natalie and I meant Caroline. I think I was talking about one of your great colleagues, Natalie, that you do some PR work with you. So great to have Caroline James on the couch. Thank you so much, and we'll see you very soon. I'll see you at the event.
We do.
All right, back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Belinda.
I had a senior moment.
I know.
Sorry.
Natalie Cameron, wonderful NRC agency, we call it. She's a wonderful promoter here in WA. She does great work with you. Because of that, Natalie Natalie's given me a couple of tickets because of Nisha's stuff up. She's had to give us some tickets. So, you know, this is money that the
There was
organisation...
a method to my madness, right?
And unfortunately, I didn't realise you were in your 20s. It's open to people over 30, of course. But
I don't want to have to wait 5 years for it.
we would love to give 2 lucky people, or one person can have 2. Take somebody with you. We'd love to give you an entry ticket. They're worth $130 for 2 people. So we would love to give you the chance. To win those tickets, you need to be quick. You need to go on your phone right now and SMS us to 0439 929 929. The code word is Blanc, B-L-A-N-C, Blanc. My French is getting better, or worse, I guess. If you would like to win those tickets, do it right now. We're giving one lucky person 2 tickets, and they can go and join the event. And Natalie and her team will tell you all the conditions and what you need to do. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Caroline. All the best. We look forward to having you back on the couch very, very soon. Nisha, thank you for being with us as always. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the kitchen very soon on the couch. We're going to take a break. More of the couch coming up, more events. Mamma Mia's coming to Perth at the Regal Theatre. We're going to talk to a cast member and also the director next. Stay tuned.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome back to this very special episode of The Couch Extra, we call it. We have got Chris back from The Humble Onion. Hello, Chris.
Hello, how you going?
Welcome back. You're making something very special for us today.
Absolutely.
Nisha, I'm going to leave it to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Fred.
And I'll come back and try it in the break.
Beautiful. Very excited. Thank you, Fred. Chris, welcome.
Thank you for having me again.
What's been happening at the Humble Onion?
Lots has been happening. We've moved seasons. We're into spring now, so we're trying to reflect that in the menu, keep it a little bit lighter, nice and crunchy and fresh, which is always good for this time of year. It's a very optimistic time of the year, is spring.
Beautiful, excellent. And for those that didn't catch the last segment, the Humble Onion, where are you? Where are you based?
We're at 100 St George's Terrace, so a giant orange building covered in rebar with the music cranking, so we're pretty conspicuous.
And why the Humble Onion? I love the name Humble Onion.
Because onions are one of those ingredients. One, everyone eats them. They're in various forms, but also to just pick one up and take a bite, it can be a little offensive, but a little bit of time and some love and some care, onions are the best thing ever. So there's no bad ingredients, it's just bad execution. And that's what we do with the Humble Onion. Okay,
well, perfectly, you're the artiste, so you are the owner as well as the head chef at the Humble Onion. So right. I'll get you to start to talk through, I believe this is going to be on your dinner menu. Which
absolutely, yeah, definitely.
What are we having here?
So we're going to be making a Robinson Brim Crudo. So Robinson Brim's always been one of those fishermen's fish. They didn't used to sell it, but it's getting a lot more popular now, which is fantastic. Nice firm flesh, caught up in the north of WA.
Beautiful.
So this one's just going to be going into our bowl here. We've just simply diced it, that's all.
Wonderful. And then what do we have here? We'll show the camera.
Cool. So we've got some diced cucumber. So that's going to be for texture, some nice crunch and freshness. You can tip that one in if you like.
Thank you. I'm helping now. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in there.
I feel more meaningful.
No worries at all.
Okay.
So that one's
a little bit more. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay.
And then we also have some diced broad beans as well. So lovely broad beans, great for this time of year. They're only around for a short amount of time. So they're a great thing to celebrate when they're here. So in this dish, we've actually got at least 3 different iterations of the broad bean as well.
Yeah, so talk us through that, because I know a lot of our viewers are very interested.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So with so many ingredients, the fruit will be used, so the actual bean itself, but everything about the broad bean is edible. So pea tendrils get a little bit of play, people like those, but and snow pea shoots and things, but we're actually going to be using some broad bean leaves. We've also fermented the pods.
Wow, what a sustainable option. You've used the whole broad bean, and where do you get them from?
So the beans themselves we get through our supplier, but at the moment we're getting the leaves, the flowers and these things through Perth City Farms.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is a lovely organisation. They're wonderful.
Beautiful. Okay, let's keep talking through.
Absolutely. So we're going to dress these with a little vinaigrette we've made here on chamomile vinegar. So we just steep chamomile tea in the vinegar. The sourness brings out all sorts of different flavours that you don't normally associate with chamomile, so that's quite interesting.
Beautiful.
And then just some very simple, nice peppery olive oil.
And is it quite calming, like a chamomile tea?
It can be, yeah. There's nothing stressful about the dish.
Earlier, and it's about the feeling with what you create as well as an artist, right? Yeah.
It's always about trying to make people feel good.
Yeah, beautiful.
So we're just going to mix this through. So the fat carries the flavour and the acid makes it moreish, and that's what it's all about.
Beautiful.
So that's very simple for this one here.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and push this one out into our ring mould.
I'll move over because this is perfectly placed for our viewers. Yeah.
So we're going to fill this one in the ring mould here. You can do this free form, or you can do this in the bottom of a bowl if you like. There's lots of different ways, but we're always looking for something slightly presentable. So we'll go in there.
Lovely. Okay. I'm very interested. I'm looking at this beautiful array of leaves and flowers. What are they?
So Perth in springtime. Hopefully this one just slides off all nice. I'll see as we're on telly. Perfect.
There we go.
Perth in the springtime, there are nasturtiums everywhere. I don't know if you notice them. I would have them all around the neighbourhood. The giant, almost lily pad looking green leaves, they're completely edible as well. We also have some of the flowers.
I had no
they're
idea
very
they were edible.
peppery. Absolutely, definitely. Give them a good wash if you're picking them up off the side of the road. But ours come from Perth City Farm, so they're more than fine.
Very nice.
But the pepperiness in the leaves is going to go really well with the pepperiness in the olive oil, and that's going to bring that out. So
Beautiful.
We're going to garnish with a little bit of this.
Okay, now why is it in foil?
So, apart from keeping the FBI out, it's mostly about the chlorophyll that's in there. So everything stays greener in the dark. Light
I love
breaks
the
down
science
the
around
chlorophyll.
this. Very
Absolutely.
good chemistry. Okay.
So in here we have a ferment that we've built on broad bean pods, as we said before, and some cucumbers. From the centre of the cucumbers, when we trim them down, we ferment those as well.
Okay, great.
Very minimal wastage. Blend it with some of the leaves and add some oil.
Yeah.
So we're going to garnish around here with this one.
Oh wow, that looks amazing, like something out of Ghostbusters. Or
Yeah, if that's a good thing, then yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know why I just thought of that, but presentation. See the feeling you get from the senses of vision.
Absolutely. And then we're going to come through and
I
garnish.
look professional like this now.
Very much so. I mean, it's cold, so it's not going to smell like a lot, but that's absolutely fine.
No, I'm imagining it in my head.
And we'll add some of our nasturtium flowers.
Beautiful.
And some of our broad bean leaves.
Nice. So this is available on your dinner menu?
This will be an item featuring on our dinner menu. We're going to start doing dinners from the 3rd of November.
Beautiful.
So up until now, we've just been breakfast and lunch, but we want to give people some more opportunities to come down and see what we do.
Great. And what else can we expect at dinner time?
Dinner time, it's going to be really a heavy focus on our charcuteries. We make all our charcuterie in-house, so that's wonderful. But it's just it's the same sort of stuff. It's simple, but it's not basic, and it's all about twisting things that you may have eaten a few times before in a way that you haven't experienced yet.
Love the sustainable element to your business as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, so beautiful to have you on the show. I'm going to try some of this now, and then I think Fred's going to try some in the break as well.
Perfect.
So thank you so much. Here. Super excited about this. Delicious, very fresh. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
And I have to say, while we're here, that I have visited your restaurant for lunch and it was phenomenal. It was a great experience. Thank you very much, and I encourage everyone to go and try the menu as well. Where do people find out more about you and the Humble Onion?
Best place is on our Instagram, so the.humble.onion. My own one is chris.jhoward, and everything goes through there as well. But definitely on Facebook, and we're getting our website up in the next month as well. So yeah, but Instagram's the best.
Fantastic. And from talking to Chris, he's very purposeful around his business and everything he does, so definitely worthwhile to engage with him. If you missed any of that, of course, we'll have all the details on thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page. Fred's going to be trying this in the break, as you said, but more couch after the break. Don't go away.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Always nice to promote local events that are coming up in Perth. And you know I'm a fan of ABBA, big fan, and I still have faith in you. I don't want to promote any of their songs, but don't shut me down, please. Please. There's a notion that there's a fantastic Mamma Mia coming up at the Regal Theatre, and that notion is just about to be confirmed. We've got the director of the new play, Chris, thank you for coming in. You're part of Saresi Entertainment.
Correct.
Thank you for coming in. You're the director, right?
Yes.
Holly, you're playing Donna. You're you are the lead actress.
Yeah.
Did I have to guess? You look like Donna.
Oh,
the
thank
young
you.
Donna, can I say. That's number 2 movie. Tell us a little bit about the production company itself, guys.
So, completely local Perth production company, wonderful. This is their debut musical, and pretty much Sarasi was invented to give everybody a chance. A lot of incredibly talented Perth local actors have been took a chance on Sarasi. I'm trying to beat you there, Fred, at your own game, but I'm not doing a very good job. But no, it's a wonderful company that just embraces all things Perth.
Now, did I hear right, Chris? You moved away for a while and came back. Is that because of COVID? You weren't allowed to come back?
No.
I'm
I came back just because I wanted to be with my family. I was gone for close to 20 years.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I came back on holidays and vacations to see my family, but no, I beat the COVID train. I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to you producing many more plays. We've just seen the Mamma Mia lineup, lots of local actors. Holly, what's it like to be cast as Donna? Did you know much about the role before you took it on?
Yes, I did. I'd seen Mamma Mia in the West End. I'm originally from London. I've actually only sort of been in Perth as a permanent resident for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly exciting to move to WA and be able to play the role of Donna. It's an amazing role. And the show is such a feel-good show. I feel like it's something that we all need at the moment. You know, we can't in WA at the moment go to the Greek islands. So how amazing that you can go to the theatre and feel like you're on a Greek island.
I have to say, a couple of years ago, I went to Santorini and we did record a Mamma Mia clip, but I'm never going to show it to anybody. But I thought it was quite good. It's everybody else that objected. But can I say, the ABBA music is pretty special. I mean, I love ABBA. I think yourself, Chris, I did hear you love the music as well. Is it very special to be able to use ABBA music, and how great is the music? I mean, Holly, for yourself, to perform that music, how do you feel?
It's so emotive. The music of ABBA, and Chris can talk about this endlessly because he's such an amazing ABBA fan, but the music of ABBA is so emotive. It's written like it's a perfect fit for a musical. Yep. It's, there's a lot of jukebox musicals around, and some of them, they really try and, get that music to fit the storyline. This is the other way round. The storyline weaves beautifully through the music of ABBA.
We'll find out about the storyline in a moment with Chris, but this is your debut, isn't it, in theatre?
In Australia,
Australia.
Yeah,
okay.
I've worked in the UK, but recently moved to Perth, and I'm so excited.
You would be excited.
Incredibly excited. Lots of my Perth family over here have never seen me on stage or heard me sing before, so...
Oh, it's a great story, a great musical. Tell us a little bit, Chris, for those people who haven't followed the movie, is it exactly the same story as the movie? Is the scripting the same, or have you changed it a little bit?
No, what we do is exactly what was written, and... I mean, my whole premise for this show is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's
Correct.
so beautifully written. And like we said, the music of ABBA, why would you touch genius? It's so incredibly written, and it's the perfect jukebox musical. It sounds like it was written out of context for being pop music.
Correct.
So I love it. I'm excited for people to see Holly, and she doesn't give herself justice at how wonderful she actually sounds when she's singing
Holly
the songs.
Can we tell everybody that all the cast is local? You've got an amazing local cast made up of lots of talented people, I'm assuming. Holly, have you met all the cast already?
Yeah, we've been 2 weeks into rehearsal, so we've got one more week. We're in the stage now where we're just tightening and tweaking everything. We know what we're doing, and we're just adding that extra kind of sparkle to everything. But
is there anyone, Holly, that you want me to write down, keep an eye on them, not that good?
No.
Anyone you don't like?
No, the director.
Oh, the director, I don't know about that.
Well, in that case. Chris, you being the director, how special is it for you? How hard is the job?
It's incredibly hard, but it's incredibly rewarding. I'm every day pinch myself that I'm in this space surrounded by a plethora of incredibly talented actors, and I get to the career that I had was a very blessed one, and I get to kind of pass the torch on to all of these incredible humans, and I'm beyond grateful, and I get to listen to ABBA every day. I mean, it's the job I think it's made for me.
The music is wonderful. The story. Tell us quickly the story that we're going to see on stage. Either of you.
Well, there's entwined stories throughout, but I think Donna's story is quite special because it connects with everybody on a personal level. Pretty much we have Donna's daughter is looking for her dad, and her dad is found within 3 possible chances.
That's right.
And then Donna's best friends come along that they haven't reunited or had a good sing in a bedroom.
There's a lot of humour in the story, isn't there?
It's so cleverly written.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's all set over 24 hours. So my daughter's getting married. She wants her real father to give her away. And it's a kind of weaving of relationships, and
is Cher going to be playing a role?
I wish
she wasn't available, unfortunately, but we did try.
It's the quarantining. They object to quarantining, and look, it's going to be fantastic. How long does it run for? When does it start?
10 shows, November 3rd to the 13th at the Regal Theatre.
Yep.
Don't miss it. It's a magical night out, and it's one for the entire family.
And we'd love people to go online right now. Please go online. Please buy your tickets. We want you to support local theatre. It's going to be fantastic. Holly, before we go, can you sing a little bit of one of your most famous songs before we go?
Oh my gosh.
Go on, which one? Pick one.
The winner takes it all, the loser standing small beside the victory. There's no destiny.
I was in your arms. Oh, forget it, Holly.
Understated.
You can take some
Understated would be the word. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to Holly. We love the musical. Please support them. They're going to do a great job. Only 10 shows. Regal Theatre in Perth. We're going to give away a couple of double passes for people to go and see it. If you would like to win those double passes, we would love you to do this. On an SMS, put your name and address. The code word, look at that code word, Mamma Mia. Who picked that? Mamma Mia, name and address, and we'll give those to 2 lucky people to go and see the show. Anything we forgot? Anyone you want to thank? Apparently the set is amazing.
It's incredible.
It's a holiday without the quarantine, so it's definitely worth a visit.
Kala kala, as I say in Greek. Yes, thank you very much. Dikanis, kala kala to these 2. And I think I got that right. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
That is the show for this week. Just before we go, another fantastic organisation. I need to talk about, the ladies have got it on their T-shirts. Bear with me, I'll find my little notes here. Here it is. It's a Leukemia Foundation. The crew are here promoting, shining a light on blood cancers, of course, research for young people. They had a wonderful night in, and this is the crew modelling the clothes. It's finished for this year, but we would love you to support them, and please keep donating to the Leukemia Foundation. Don't they look wonderful in those outfits? And we'll see you next week. Thanks for your company. Don't forget Mamma Mia. Don't forget the couch. Keep smiling. Bye for now, Australia. Bye.